Pastor Lipenga in the southern Malawi, and Pastor Sami in the central region. In fact, yesterday, we were together at the airport. He saw me off. But for the time that I was mourning my son, I didn't know there would come a day when I could come and stand before a crowd like this. I was losing my mind. My 48-year-old, what happened? Until Pastor Lipenga came, and it was during his memorial. And the whole service of that day was conducted by a man who came from a church, Trust Embassy, which is not even my church. I will forever be grateful to God for your existence, Pastor Chris, for what you have done. My speech this evening, having listened to those wonderful speeches, will be about real stories, because that's what brings impact. Because then people will believe that I didn't come all this way for nothing. I wasn't going to come. But at this memorial, with Pastor Lipenga, when he told me about Pastor Chris and how he had to come to pray with me, I said publicly, and everybody was reminding me these past few days, I said, I hope God gives me a chance one day to meet Pastor Chris and thank him personally. And my husband says, Pastor Chris, where will you ever meet him? Do you know him? I said, well, I don't know where I'll meet him. So when this invitation came, I was in South Africa. Sylvester found me in South Africa. And I said, well, I am here. I don't know. I can't go. I may not be able. My husband said, is this not the man of God you said you wanted to meet and thank? I dropped everything and came running here. Thank you. And by the way, the same Sylvester, who is head of protocol here, he calls me, he says, have you got special needs for your dietary requirements? I said, yes, I'm very complicated. My best meal is jollof rice and a goat soup. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in 2012, I was in church one morning, and it was a CCAP church, Presbyterian church. And the Reverend announced that there's been a terrible accident. One young lady, her house caught fire last night. She's in her 20s, just approaching 30. She lost everything, but sadly, she lost her son because she couldn't pull the boy out. At that moment, this woman who is just approaching 30 has lost everything, has lost a child, had just lost a mother and a husband a few months earlier. And the way I'm born is that straight away when that happens in my presence, I know God is showing me an assignment. So I raised my hand and I told Reverend Nyondo, I said, then that becomes my responsibility. I'll make sure I build her a house, and I make sure that we bring up the children together. And when we started building her house, I said to her, the Lord is telling me this must be my lifetime assignment. So you and me, we should partner and work together and build homes. And if you go into Malawi now, you find thousands of houses that we have built together with this scale. But the other day she came to me, she says, Mom, I don't know if you know that now I'm a member of Trust Embassy.